Hey, that's me, Kathy. I found a loaf of French bread in my freezer the other day that I forgot that I had. And I also had some sausage on hand. And I remembered that one of my best-selling appetizers during my career was a sausage crostini. And it was made with ricotta cheese and Parmesan cheese and some mozzarella and some sausage. And I was gonna make that for you, and I am gonna make it for you, but I've upgraded it. We're gonna add some fennel and some figs, and it's gonna be sweet and sausagey and cheesy, and it's gonna be delicious. And follow along, let's make it. Okay, so we have our bulk sausage. This is sweet sausage, but you could use hot if you wanted to. We're gonna crumble this into the pan and cook it over medium heat. And then we're gonna season it up and cheesen it up, and then we're gonna put it on our bread slices and bake it, and it's gonna be really good. I can't believe I'm gonna put figs in it. It's crazy. Our sausage is just about ready. In fact, I think it is ready. It crumbled up nicely and it browned up nicely. We wanna make sure that there's no pink, but we are gonna cook this again, so if you mistakenly let some pink slide through, it shouldn't hurt anything. So anyway, there you have our nicely ground sausage. And now we're gonna work on our veggies. Okay, we've taken out our sausage, and that sausage was not very fatty. So I left what was in the pan, but we're gonna need a little more fat because we gotta soften up our figs. Talking to the cabinet. So we're gonna add a little bit of olive oil. In we go, and mix that around with the pork fat. And so, we have some diced up fennel, a diced up red pepper, and in we go. Ordinarily I would use onions, but I thought that was not necessary. And because these figs, I diced them up, I don't know if you can see them, but I diced them up into little cubes, and they are dried. So I'm gonna put them right in, so give them time to soften up with our vegetables. The juices that the vegetables include and the oil will help those figs to soften up nicely. And we are gonna cook this down for a little while, and then we're gonna mix up our crostini topping. Okay, we're starting to soften up nicely, so at this point we are going to add a little bit of minced garlic. When I buy fresh garlic, I mince up a whole bunch, so it's convenient. So in the garlic goes, and we're going to go for just a little bit longer and then mix it up. Okay, our vegetables are nicely softened, and we are now going to put our sausage back in. Leave a little on the plate for my girlfriend. Can you see her in the background? Yeah, she's there. I'm going to remove this from the heat and let it cool a little bit. It's going to be colorful and meaty and so delicious. Okay, we're back. And what we have is our slices of bread. And while we're mixing up our mixture, I'm going to toast these a little bit in the oven. And before I do that, there it is, I'm going to brush them with some roasted garlic oil, so they'll get nice and toasty. And here's our meat mixture, and it's cooled, probably not as much as it should be, but I'm in a hurry because it's late, so we're gonna just do it. And to that meat mixture, we are going to add a container of ricotta cheese. That'll mix in nicely because it's still a little warm. And a bunch of Parmesan. Make it nice and sharp. Adding these cheeses to the ricotta helps it brown in the oven. when you cook it. And lastly, we have mozzarella. Okay, and we're gonna mix this bad boy up. So our mixture is mixed up and our bread is out of the oven. It is ever so slightly browned. Here's a close-up, and I did taste it, and it is delicious. And you get just a little piece of sweet at the end from those figs. That was exactly what I was looking for. So it worked out. Sorry to bump you. No, stop it. Okay, so we're gonna get closer. And we are going to top our crostinis. I have decided that since all the ingredients are cooked and the bread is already partially toasted, is that too much? A little bit. That I'm going to broil these instead of baking them like I was going to do. I'm going to pop them under the broiler. In commercial kitchens, you have something called a salamander, which is the same thing as a broiler. But I never worked in a kitchen that had one, except for my mother's restaurant that she had briefly. Yeah, we don't have that much. Less than that. Some of these pieces of bread are kind of big. So we're going to evenly distribute the topping on all of our teenies, and then we're going to bake them. You know, as I was topping these, I realized that I've been calling this filling. That's a senior moment, I think, but it's not filling, it's topping. And this pan is still a little bit hot, but I can lift it up and let you see. And these guys are ready to go in the oven. And because I decided to use the broiler, we got to keep a close eye on them so they don't burn. And here we have it, our new age sausage crostinis. Did a nice number on the parchment, the broiler. But I'm going to bring it right up close so you're going to see how it's nice and browned on top and the edges are nice and crispy. Some of them are too crispy, but most of them are good. And we are going to plate these up, make them look pretty. Okay, here they are. And the bread that I had was pretty big, so this could be dinner instead of an appetizer. Or lunch. You know, you pair this with a salad and some nice wine. It would make a great lunch. And these are our sausage crostinis for Christmas. And I'm just going to put this down where you can look at it for a minute because I'm going to show you how they look on the inside. Creamy, crunchy, crispy, and fruity, and vegetable-y, and sausagey. And they're really good. And I hope you make them, and I hope you like them. And I'm turning it on me. I want to wish you all a happy holiday season, and good food, good friends, good drinks. Be safe, obviously, but have fun anyway. It's what we do.